very inquisitive bunch. What was that like?
That was actually great. It's really nice when you come to a school and they've sort of already prepared some questions, and the kids are really attentive and keen to learn a bit about what it's like to be an AFL footballer, or even what we get up to off the park. So it was really nice school visit.
What were you trying to get across to the kids? What messages?
I guess for me, I'm a fair bit later in my football career than some of the guys I was here with today, and I guess what I always try and get across is that whether or not you're an AFL footballer, there's a lot of different elements to life, and it's just about trying to experience as much of it as you can and work out what makes you tick as a person. And obviously that's not something they're going to know yet being in primary school, but if we can impart a little bit of wisdom or knowledge on kids at a young age, it can only be good going forward.
What are some of the benefits of coming to the country towns?
For us, it gives us a really good perspective. It's pretty easy to get lost in the AFL world and I guess think we're a far bigger deal than what we are, but particularly to come out to Gippsland, where the community here hasn't been as impacted as much by the bushfires, but certainly further east. So it's a really good leveler for us and brings us back down to earth, and just allows us to come out and spend some time with kids who might have had a rough time in the last few months, and put some smiles on faces, really.
Absolutely, and there'll be a few drills going on. What are you hoping to teach the kids now?
I'm hoping to just roll over there, and it's already going to be set up and running, so I'll just jump in and do whatever. But there are quite a few footballers we've noticed at our two schools today, so maybe they'll be able to teach us a thing or two.
A few girls over there as well?
Yeah, a few girls that were playing as well, which is a great sign. It'll be an awesome day too when we play our Marsh fixture in Morwell in a few weeks' time to have the AFLW girls running around as well. It hopefully will inspire kids, both boys and girls, to pick up a footy and have a crack.
How are you tracking physically at the moment?
Yeah, going really well. Fit and healthy, enjoying football, and looking forward to the end of the pre-season so that we can get stuck into some games and start playing against some opposition teams rather than keep playing against ourselves. Will be a good change up, and I think most of our guys are tracking really well to be ready to play definitely round one and majority of the Marsh series as well.
Was there any disappointment from the club in the shape that DeGoey came back in?
Well, certainly not from my perspective. Geordie's a fantastic footballer, and he's been working hard with the medical and fitness staff to get himself in the best shape that he can be, the shape he needs to be in to perform at AFL level. And I'm sure by round one he'll be excited and ready to go, and we'll get some really high quality performances from him throughout the year.
So how's he tracking there in the training and things like that?
Yeah, he's going really well. He's occasionally had a couple of issues that have made him miss a session or two here and there, but by and large he's been on track and performing really well. So we're pretty happy with where he's at.
So do you think he's given himself the best chance to reach his potential this year?
Yeah, he's a super talented player. Certainly not one that I'd want to be lining up in an opposition forward line. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can produce this year.
On a similar tack with Darcy Moore, if he can string some games together, how far can he go this year?
Yeah, he's a super talent. We were just talking about him in the car on the drive down, and just reflecting on the impact he had in particularly the qualifying final against Geelong at the end of last year. And if he's able to, as you said, get that level of continuity in his football, his best football will shine through. And again, really excited and looking forward to seeing what he can produce for us in 2020.
Sorry to put it back on DeGoey, but given his contract is up at the end of the year, is there any fears that he may move on at season's end?
Again, not something I've thought of. Haven't really thought about it. We're gearing up for what is hopefully a successful year in 2020 for the Collingwood Footy Club, and that's all our guys are focused on, is being a little bit better than what we were last year, and obviously the year prior to playing a grand final and then a prelim. Hopefully this is the year we can give ourselves the best chance to get back into a position to reach the pointy end of the year, and hopefully kick a few more goals and last a little bit longer.
As a club and as teammates, how do you keep supporting Dane Beams and what he's going through at the moment?
It's a real challenge. Obviously all of us our hearts go out to him, and we're thinking of Dane and his family, along with all the other players around the league that are suffering with mental health issues. We're just embracing where we can. I hope he knows he's got our full support, and we'll welcome him back with open arms whenever he's ready to come back into the fold.
Obviously a tough exit for you guys at the end of last season. What have you guys worked on since then?
It's a good question. We've worked on everything. The game changes so much. Opposition teams get so much better from year to year. So there certainly hasn't been one key area of focus. We're just looking for small improvements across the board that we think will be enough to get us over the line in those big games. And as I said, give us the best chance of achieving what we want to achieve this year.
Any players looking particularly good on the track?
I've been actually super impressed by Jay Rantal. I know there was a lot of media around his entry to the club where he came in and won the time trial straight away, but just some of the GPS numbers he puts up in sessions and his ability to find the footy as a young inside and outside midfielder, he'll have some serious impact for us, whether it's this year or going forward even further. He's certainly someone to look out for in the future.
Obviously a tough year for Mason Cox last year. How's he going now?
Yeah, he's going really well. I've spent most of the summer playing on him. He certainly hasn't got any shorter. Still takes a really good clunk. So again, he's just looking forward to getting out there. We missed him towards the back end of the year. So as a club, we're looking forward to him being back on the park and playing some imposing footy.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to add?
I'm good. That's all you've got. I'm
Thank
sweet.
you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
No, thank you. Thank you. Great. Thank you, Ruffy.
I better go sign some autographs.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Be in high demand.